Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings III as we are playing our roleplay series as the Dokeianos dynasty. Before we get started in today's episode, I'd like to let you guys know that this is going to be the last episode for a while. It's going to be the last episode for quite some time. We are not going to be ending the series. I do plan on playing the series until we finish up the series goals, which were to, of course, become emperor, which we're only a king right now, so we want to rise up to the imperial position, which we've already kind of outlined how that's going to happen, where we're going to do it, where our grandson would take over, and maybe we even do it before then, was at the sea. And then also I'd like to conquer territory here in southern Italy and Sicily for our dynasty, which I had planned for our son to do here. So we're still going to be completing the goals. I took a break once before, and it was on a CK series. It was CK2 series. I took a break because some Paradox game or DLC, I don't remember if it was Imperator Rome releasing or if it was like an expansion for Hoi 4. I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was something that came out that I really needed to cover, and I was going to do like multiple series or something like that. I just didn't have time to do the CK2 series that we had going. So I took a break, and we were gone for weeks on that series, and a lot of people thought I wasn't going to come back to it. They thought I would just quit it, and we wouldn't continue the series. But I did come back to that CK2 series as soon as I had time, and that's what I plan doing here, guys. We're going to come back to it as soon as I have the time to. And the reason why we're going to be taking a long break, there's actually two. The first is that I am going to be going out of town here next week. Then I'm going to be going to the presidential inauguration for Joe Biden. So I'm going to make two things clear. First of all, I am not going to support Donald Trump. I'm not a Donald Trump supporter. I did not vote for him in 2016 or 2020. I don't like him. I don't like his policies. His foreign policies, I will admit, have been all right. I actually like some of his foreign policies. I think he's done okay in that area. Not perfect. He's definitely made some mistakes and some things I don't agree with, but foreign policy, he's done all right. I would say he's better than some of our past presidents in that regard, but as far as domestic policy goes, oh, good God, he's garbage. He's such a terrible president. I just think he's been a really, really piss poor president, and when it comes to domestic policy, I think I disagree with just about everything he has done. There might have been a few things that are okay, but for the most part, I disagree with almost everything that he has done, guys. I do not like his domestic policy at all. So I am not going in support of Donald Trump. Just wanted to make that clear. And then the second thing I like to make clear is that I am not going because of the assault on the Capitol. I've been planning on going to the inauguration since early December. So when the attack on the Capitol building happened last week, we actually put a complete pause on our on these plans, kind of reevaluated whether or not I should go. We had my wife and we discussed it, and it took us a little while to come to a conclusion, which is why we're kind of last minute in this now. Because I wasn't entirely sure if I was going to go after what happened, but we had decided that, the reason why I wanted to go in the first place back in December, they still applied. And so we both agreed that I still needed to go. So I'll be leaving here on Saturday, and it's a long trip, obviously. I'm coming from Colorado, so that is a pretty long trip. I think it's 20-something hours, 25 hours is what Google Maps says. But I've never traveled across country during the winter. Now, I've gone across this country many, many times. I've traveled all across the country, gone many different trips all over the place, and I've never done it in the winter. I've always done it in like the spring or the summer. So I don't know how the weather's going to be. If there's going to be ice on the roads, typically interstates are pretty safe overall. But because of the fact that it's winter, I do assume I'm going to be driving a little bit slower than I normally would be when driving on the interstates, just because of the chances of ice and wintry conditions. So I expect it's going to take at least 2 days to get there. And of course, many of you guys are probably wondering why I'm going. And it's kind of complicated. There's many reasons why I want to go. And I plan on covering this in a bit more detail in either a community post or, if I have the time, in a vlog. And I had initially always planned to do the vlog and really go into detail why I'm going and how I feel about the current situation. But I don't know if I'm going to have time now because, again, everything's just really delayed and being rushed now because of what happened at the Capitol building last week. Just really kind of threw a kink in our plans, and we really, again, had to reevaluate everything. And so because of that, I don't know that I'll be able to get a vlog done, so it might just be a community post. But either way, I'm going to kind of mention in detail exactly why I'm going to DC. And just to kind of briefly mention here why I'm going, it's essentially to see things for myself. Now, again, there's many reasons why I'm going, but the key reason is I want to see things for myself. I want to be down there on the ground and see exactly what's happening because we're about to make some important decisions in our life. So I want to make sure I'm not making those important decisions without all the information, or even worse, with incorrect information. Because it seems to me that at this point, both the left and the right-wing media are lying to us about what's going on. Both sides are just pushing propaganda and misinformation right now, and I don't trust a word they say. So I just recorded Friday's Hoi 4 episode, and I went into this in a little bit more detail. So if you're interested in hearing a little bit more detail, then go check out that episode. It'll come out on Friday early morning, and you can see a little bit more detail. Again, I'll also plan on doing either a vlog or or a community post that goes into some details as well. But since this is going to be a shorter episode gameplay wise, I don't really want to go into any more detail than I already have. So that's one of the reasons why it's going to be a while before we have another video, since I'll be gone, all next week. And then once I get back, which again, it's going to take a couple days to get back. And then I don't know if I'll feel like recording the day I come back. So I'm expecting that the Hoi 4 series will continue that Tuesday, which is the 26th, and we would be able to continue this, like the following Wednesday in that case. However, this series has not been very popular, guys. There is not, it's just not been as popular as like the previous series, and frankly, I got a lot going on in my life right now with everything that's happening in the world, and just I've been making big adjustments in my personal life, and frankly, this series has been kind of difficult to record, and it's putting a bit of a strain on me trying to get this one and the Hoi 4 series recorded, plus the other videos I do in addition to that. So yeah, it's just been very stressful, honestly, to try and get all the videos out with everything that's going on. And so even when I come back, I don't think we're going to pick the series up until I finish the Hoi 4 one. That's my expectation, that we're going to finish the Hoi 4 one, and then we'll come back to this one, and then we'd probably, I don't know if we'd go back to every other day. I assume we'd go to like an everyday format, the way we were when we first started this, just to get the series wrapped up, because I am committed to finishing it. But again, it's been a little bit too much right now trying to do this on top of everything else I'm doing. I've had several people express that they have been really missing some of the historical discussions. We just haven't had as many in this series as we did in the previous series in England and France. And the reason for that is not because I don't have any knowledge of Byzantine Empire during this time. I very much do. I have, obviously, the 6th century is the century that I think a lot of people were knowledgeable of the Byzantine Empire. So I have a lot of knowledge of the 6th century. In between the 6th century and then probably about the, maybe 10th or 11th century, I would say I don't really have a whole lot of knowledge of what went on in the Byzantine Empire during that period. But yeah, I would say from the 11th century, and we're sitting in 12th century now. But yeah, from the 11th century to all the way up until, maybe 14th or maybe even 15th century, the end of the Byzantine Empire, I'd say I have pretty good knowledge of that timeline. Of course, there's not a whole lot going on in the Byzantine Empire towards the back end of that as they become very, very weak. But yeah, I feel like I have a pretty good knowledge of the time period and the rulers. Maybe not as much as in France or England, but certainly enough to have some historical discussions, some historical lectures. The reason why I haven't been doing those is because of the fact I haven't really been trying to extend the series any more than it already has been. It's already a really, really long series. I think this will now be the longest series that was unpopular that we've ever done on the channel. So again, just trying to complete the goals. If we didn't have the goals that we were doing, and if I wasn't enjoying the campaign so much, because I think it's been a really fun campaign, then we probably would have ended back at like episode 20. So yeah, this is already a fairly long series considering the amount of views it's getting. So that's the reason why we haven't had this historical discussions, is I haven't been wanting to increase the the length of the series any more than it already has been. I just wanted to let you guys know that we're not going to have any content. I can't say exactly when it'll come back. I think it's going to be when we finish up that Hoi 4 USA campaign is when we'll come back to it. So it's going to be a while, guys. Weeks. Many weeks. So sorry about that if you're enjoying the campaign, guys. It is what it is, man. This has been a rough time right now. Not just for us, for everybody, of course. But yeah, it's been a rough time, guys. So let's go and get started in today's episode. I've talked way longer than I had planned on talking. But yeah, let's go and jump into it. We left off last episode waiting for this murder scheme to be completed. So let's go ahead and let it play. And who's this count here? I'm not entirely sure who this guy is. He's way over here. I don't think we've ever had any interactions with him before. But he asked me if I'd like to get together for a small bout of carousing and merrymaking. He is apparently himself a reveler of some notoriety. So we can say this would be fun, or we'd rather drink alone. Yeah, I mean, as a gregarious character, I feel like we'd very much like to go merrymaking with him. So yeah, we're just waiting for the scheme, guys. And then after that is done, we should be pretty close to 89, sometime in 89, and then we'll be able to join a faction against the Empress, excuse me. So we'll be joining a faction against her. Alright, so here's the assassination. We've already read this many times before. Let's see if we are successful. Remember, as soon as... Okay, so they did their job and he's no more. Were they caught, though? No, all the bandits were killed. Alright, excellent. So we have completed the assassination of him. And of course, the whole reason why we did that is because we did want to arrange a marriage for her in the hope that she would have a son of our dynasty, since her daughters will not be of our dynasty, so therefore we need a son, so that the son will inherit rather, because if they just have a girl, then one of them would inherit instead. So yeah, let's go ahead and arrange a marriage here. And what we're going to want to do, it doesn't have to be of our dynasty. I don't think we'd want it, the character to be of our dynasty. In fact, we just want to do like a matrilineal marriage. All right, so we're going to arrange the marriage here. We're going to do a matrilineal. And which character are we willing to get rid of here? I mean, I don't think, neither one of our knights. Although his prowess is pretty... Oh, he's in the court. Oh, okay, so we're arranging a marriage. I see. See, I was thinking we were going to arrange... I was thinking we would arrange a marriage for one of our people. Apparently not, though. All right, well, we're just doing a marriage between one of her two people. We want somebody who's not too old. So we'll have to do this character because, clearly that's not going to work. So yeah, we'll go ahead and arrange this marriage here. Not a great marriage for her, but of course, we're just trying to get a son of our dynasty here. So hopefully this results in them having a son. We'll just have to wait and see. Training a warhorse. As I inspect the tables, my gaze is drawn to a mare kept away from all the others. She throws her head and stomps her hoofs, displaying her powerful hindquarters and well-arched neck. This creature has the best of conformations and the worst of tempers. I've never seen such a warhorse before, but the stable master insists that she is impossible to train. So you say, I am not one to back away from a challenge, and the horse might become your own steed. You say, such a fine steed will fetch a hefty price, or my stable master will learn a lot from training her. That's a great one for 15 years, and that one would... This would just be a character bonus, so it only applied to us as long as we're alive. But that's actually a fantastic bonus and would help us in the war. A little bit of money is not really necessary. We're actually doing pretty good on money. We need to spend that. And then we have this one here, which is always fun to do. Let's see which one we want to do. Yeah, I guess we'll do this one. It doesn't really matter. I wouldn't say that any of these would indicate that we do one more than the other. And... we could always use more martial lifestyle perks since we're going to have some difficulty getting through that third tree before we die. I don't think we'll make it. So yeah, we'll do this one. Those ones are fun. Let's go and pause it and spend this money. We can go ahead and get our men-at-arms built up a bit more. And I think that is actually what we are going to do. Yeah, let's go and get the armored footmen built up some. Get them up to 1,000 men. Still got a bit of money, but we might want to go ahead and get something... for our capital here. We have not updated anything in a while. You know what, let's go and do that. Let's get the trade port upgraded, get a little bit more money, and faster development growth. I'm wondering how our capital is doing on development. 29. That is not bad at all, guys. So the marriage proposal was accepted. Excellent. So she is now married to her knight here. I think he was a knight. Yeah, I think he was one of her knights. And so let's just hope that he gets her pregnant. As far as his stats go, and nothing that would impact his ability to have children. We probably should have looked at that before we did the marriage. He's trusting, deceitful, and ambitious. And I don't know that she has anything either. Nah, she doesn't. She actually has the attraction opinion, so that might be helpful. Training a warhorse. The horse pins her ears back as I approach. Her disregard for my crystal clear. Her disregard for me is crystal clear. Okay, so that messed me up. So they forgot the is. This first meeting is important to earn her trust and respect. I need to decide how to go about it. So we can say a steady hand is required to tame the beast. This would be based on our prowess skill, which has dropped quite a bit because of our very old age here. We can say if I'm gentle and move slowly, she will trust me. That'd be based on diplomacy skill, which is much higher. Or you say everyone has their price, bring forth the apples, and then we'd use our intrigue, which is the lowest of the three. Well, we don't really typically do this based on the one to make us more successful. We do it based on our traits. And I'm not entirely sure. Probably this one because of the gregarious. I mean, I don't know. That has to do with people, but yeah, I don't think it really matters, honestly. So yeah, we'll just go with this one. That would actually be, yeah, that'd be the most successful one as well. Yeah, so we'll go with that one. We could have done this one as well. I don't think we would have done the apple one though. It is a mighty feeling the powerful horse follows my every whim. Now that I've earned her trust, she seems almost fond of me. So we say I will keep her as my personal warhorse, and we'll get the warhorse modifier, which will give us some prestige, and we gain 1 martial lifestyle perk, although we'll get that regardless. Or we do this was rewarding, I'll do it again, in which case we'll get prowess and prestige. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that we would, this one seems the better option because you're getting the prowess. Well, this one you're just getting the prestige. I would assume that this one also has some events tied to it because I remember there being some warhorse events, kind of like the dog ones. And I do recall there being some other warhorse events. So I think if you do this one, you can get those warhorse events if we even live long enough to do it. And maybe that's the one we'd be more likely to do. I frankly, if I had to choose, though, I'd probably say this one to get the prowess. Because it's that old age is really ticking that down quite quickly. But I feel like our character would be more likely to do this one. Yeah, just he doesn't shy away from hard work. So maybe he'd find it rewarding to do it. But he's an old man. I really don't know that he's gonna find he's gonna be into doing training war horses. I think this was like just like a one-time thing for him. And having a warhorse would be really nice to ride. Yeah, so I think we'll go ahead and do that one. We'll do the warhorse. And that'll give us that martial perk. And let's go with supply capacity is helpful for your troops. But I feel like now that we're about to go to war again, we should probably get something that would improve our troops. So let's go with the organized march, I think. Yeah, we'll do the organized march. And mainly want that movement speed. Very helpful. All right, so are we able to join the faction yet? No, it's not 1189. And we already got the warhorse event. I thought there was. I think this is just naming it though. But I think there are additional events as well. Admiring the mare that now follows my every command, I muse upon what to call her. So we can say a name inspired by history. Mythology is full of awe-inspiring horse names, or it is just a horse and it should be named as such. Let's go with a historical name. Yeah, we'll do the historical name, I guess. Alright, so inspired by the famous horses belonging to leaders and heroes of old, I will name my mare after one of them. So we could do it after King Charlemagne's horse, Alexander the Great's horse. I feel like you don't even need to read the rest of these. Us being Greek, I think we'll do the Alexander the Great's horse. Although I didn't see what the name of that was. Should have read that. I'm sure we'll see it eventually again, guys, when we have some of those horse events. We need to speed this up. Although we did just get pulled into a conflict. Oh man, that's not really what I want to do. I really don't want these two fighting each other. That's kind of unfortunate. So it is an offensive war. And he's trying to get this county here for one of his vassals. So let's just take a look at... Okay, so it looks like it's for a fairly large county here. But yeah, I don't really want to help him on this, man. This is like... this is just not what we're trying to do right now. Not at all. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do this, guys. Yeah, I just don't see the benefit of doing this. Yeah, there's really no benefit here, particularly considering that our grandson is married to them. So yeah, it just doesn't make any sense that we'd do this. So because of that, I don't think we're going to get involved here, guys. I know that declining does result in a loss of fame, but it's not as high as it would be if this was a defensive war. So it's not that big of a deal. I don't know if we would have got the living legend before we died anyway. So let's just go and decline. Obviously, take it down some, but it's fine. But yeah, we don't want to get involved in that war. We're trying to we've got goals. We got things we're trying to work on. So I'm not sure when in 1189 we can join a faction. Let's just take a look at the exact date there. So we will not be able to join until March, 5th of March. Okay. So if there's anything here we need to be aware of, we do have some counts that we can arrange alliances with. Have got some titles here. Looks like our grandson has gotten a county here in Burgundy. All right. So we could arrange a alliance with him. That would just probably drag us into wars we're not really interested in being in. That's super far away. So we're not going to do that. And then we have a duke here. Oh, we got the duke here. Did it break the alliance? Yeah, it almost seems like it might have broke the alliance because we declined to assist him. Yeah, we'll do the alliance again, but obviously we want to wait until the conflict's actually over. All right, so this is the character that we went merrymaking with, and we never expected we'd grow as close to the count as I have done in the past few years. On multiple occasions, he has proven himself to be a reliable and forthright man with only my best interest at heart. So we can become friends with him. We obviously wouldn't do that because we're gregarious. Yeah, I guess we'll do this as a gregarious character. Makes sense to make a friendship. All right, so about 2 more months, guys, and then we'll be able to get this faction joined. So we're able to improve his opinion. We got him up to the full 100, so that's fantastic news. And thus he'll give us the full taxes and levies. Steward's opinion is kind of low. I'm gonna work on her a bit. She is pretty old though, and her health is poor, so she might not live much longer. So I suppose it doesn't make much sense. Now this guy here is gonna be the one that inherits. I don't think we lose the title though, because we shouldn't, because of our high crown authority. Sometimes that doesn't work the way it's supposed to though. So yeah, he's gonna be the one who succeeds to her duchy title. Yeah, I just don't think it's worth it to improve relations with her as old as she is. And I'm not sure who else we'd want to sway. I guess we could work on some of our fellow vassals. I suppose that'd be helpful. Kind of look around, maybe look at who's like the most powerful vassal and then become like friends with them or something, try and sway them. So we want to go to her vassals here, and it does look like that character is in fact the most powerful. However, she's also incredibly old. Yeah, going through that of course does result in her going through that perk tree does result in her living a long time. Next would be the Crimean, and this guy is married to our granddaughter, so yeah, I think he's a good choice to be swaying, although I believe he's already allied with us. Yeah, he's already allied with us. We don't want to do somebody who's not an ally. That'd make the most sense. Okay, so this character, he's pretty old, but yeah, I think it would still be worth swaying him. 92% chance of success there. Oh, and we can now join the faction. All right, excellent. So let's go and do that. So we're going to want to join the faction for her, our niece here. We'll see if there's any other better choices. All right, so yeah, there's no members of our dynasty here, guys. So we'll just support her. But we're going to try and get some people into our faction if we can. The ultimatum would be sent in 17 months here. Let's take a look and see if we can't get anybody to join. I'm not seeing anybody here that we actually have well, we have hooks on, but it's not enough apparently. You gotta have the strong hook to force them to join. Okay, in that case, then yeah, there's not gonna be very many options here. We're going to just scroll through here and see if there's anybody we have a secret on. Maybe we could get a strong hook on. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody, guys. All right, so we can't force anybody to join, so that's unfortunate. We just gotta hope that more people join, because I don't really want to fight the Empress on her own, but she's not that powerful So with the assistance of her, we could probably win, but she also has allies, guys. And we will not be able to call in our allies unless they're outside the empire, which I guess we got the Hungarian ally, and she can assist us. But that is about it. Our cousin was slain in battle. So yeah, we were going to have to wait until more people join the faction, apparently. And more might do it just simply because, yep, here we go. More people are joining simply because we did. So that always helps. Just makes them feel like they're more likely to be successful here. So yeah, this guy here, what title does he have? Oh, okay, so he's from over here. Got it. So yeah, we got one more member, but I don't think that's going to be quite enough. We did get the perk. Let's go ahead and see what we're going to get next. We can do the hit and run. Retreat losses will be decreased, and our heavy infantry, spearmen, and archers will be improved. So let's go and do that one. That's pretty much the main men at arms that we have. So yeah, it'll be useful. So we get that. We got a lot of money here. We do need some money for the conflict, but I don't feel like we don't have enough to spend. So let's go and get some more. I think we're going to do more light horsemen, actually. Yeah, let's go and do more light horsemen, guys. We'll do 2 more, get us up to 1,000. All right, so we're in the faction, and now we're just waiting for the faction to hopefully get larger, because we only have these 3 members. Now, this might be enough to win. This guy's got 1,800. I mean, we could probably win even without that guy, honestly. But yeah, I feel like getting more would be really useful. Maybe we should look for secrets. That's what we should do. See if we can't get some of these people into the factions. We're going to want her most powerful vassal. We can go after her, but man, she's so old. Yeah, I just don't think she's a good choice. Go after Crimea and try and see if we can't force him into the faction. He's pretty powerful. 3,000 here. Remember, he is allied to us, but we cannot pull him in against the liege. So we'd have to get him into specifically into the faction. So yeah, let's go and do that, guys. Don't know where his capital is. It looks like it's not. Okay, it's over here. So let's go ahead and I guess it makes sense. Crimea is his primary title. It makes sense that his capital would be in Crimea. Let's go and get the secrets found here, and we'll see if we can't get him into the faction, guys. So that's a horse's name, Bucephalus or something like that. We named it after a phallus. A renowned trainer has approached me after hearing rumors of my mighty mare and offers her services. All I ask in return is a small compensation. So we say she needs to be stronger. We lose 130 gold. To move more swiftly is something she needs to learn. So it's all going to cost us 130 gold. She needs to work on her endurance, or if there's one thing she's lacking, it's fierceness. Well, she doesn't really lack fierceness. Obviously that was not the problem. Maybe like swift. I don't actually know what all these do. I've only had this event maybe 1 or 2 times since I've been playing the game, so I don't remember what all these do. So I guess we'll go with like speed here. Yeah, you can't really go off traits or anything like that. We're an aggressive attacker, so it makes sense to be fast or strong. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do the speed. A fast horse. Okay, so that gives you another modifier here. And she took her training well, and thus she is now an agile warhorse, which would give her +1 prowess. All right, excellent. So we actually got the +1 prowess that I wanted. Unfortunately, our daughter, princess here, is ill, and she is married to this guy here. I'm not entirely sure why she's in our court. That's interesting. Anyway, she's in our court, and she has the great pox. Okay. That's unfortunate. Hopefully she recovers. Is there anybody we wanted to assassinate next? I guess last time I looked at that and I had difficulty. We finally found somebody here. I don't know if there's any other situations like that where we have, a female member of a dynasty who's not matrilineal, married. I can't recall seeing any more situations like that. If you happen to know any, let me know. Obviously, I would probably forget by the time we have our next episode, though, since it's going to be a while. Another faction was created. This is an independence faction. Well, we'll take a look at that. I'd hate for the Empire to break apart and then us not be a part of that. Just see where that's at. Who's all in this now? Just the Duke of Antioch. Okay. He's not very powerful. I mean, you can see that our military power is 200%. So, I mean, I almost want to just go ahead and do this now. How long until we get that secret done here? We'll wait until it's done. We'll see if we find any secrets. And we'll keep on swaying that character, I guess. But yeah, I think we're not going to be able to get anybody else in. We're just going to have to fight with what we have, guys. So let's go ahead and let's see which one we want to do here. I guess we'll do this one next. It's that building construction time reduction. Alright, so we'll have to raise our money up before we want to rebel anyways. And what did we discover here? Unfortunately, it was not a secret on who we wanted a secret on. Alright, so it's a bummer. We did not find a secret on the Duke. Alright. And even if we did find a secret, we don't know that we'd be able to get a strong hook on him. And our sister died. We just gained a ton of stress. I think she might have been one of our friends. Is that what happened? I'm not entirely sure, but that's a lot of stress, guys. So we might want to go ahead and do something about that, though we are broke. We'll work off some stress here. We get sweaty. That'll be alright. Alright, so we'll go over another lap. Reduce our stress a little bit. Do a little bit of working out, something we've always enjoyed in our life. So yeah, I really want to get this faction war started here. We need to get some money though, before we do. And I suppose we might as well just finish this secret up, guys. So we'll let this go one more time, and if this does not result in a secret on the Duke that would give us a strong hook, then we will just join, just have the faction war begin. Another event with our horse. As I make my way to the stable, I'm greeted by the happy neighs of Bucephalus. Maybe it's Bucephalus? I'm probably butchering that. She seems eager to stretch her legs in the beautiful weather, and I can do nothing but agree. We're just going to call her Buck. Bucky. I must take every moment to practice, and we get the diligent training. And because we're diligent, we'll lose stress. That'll give us +1 prowess. Or we say the day is too fine to not be appreciated properly. Well, as a diligent character, I feel like we should do that one. We enjoy working. All right, so just about done here, and let's just hope. No, he was not able to uncover anything, so we'll just say very well, you know best. We'll have him do the disrupt schemes, and let's just do the faction war, guys. So let's go and get this started. This is all we're gonna have, so let's just go. We'll take a look real quick and see if there. Yeah, there's nobody who would be willing to join here. Just want to see if anything had changed in that regards. So yeah, let's go and press our demands, and we'll see what she says. I do assume she's going to reject it. Wait a minute, she did accept. Wow, she gave up her imperial throne. All right. A wise decision. So we now got her on the throne again, which again, the benefit here is, of course, that this does result in our grandson eventually becoming emperor, even if he isn't ruling in his own right. All right, so we did it, and we did get a hook on her because of that, so we might want to go ahead and do something with that. Another worthy challenge. I was expecting a war here. All right. That's a shame. I kind of wanted to have a big war here for our final episode before we take that little break. I guess we could find another war to do. An unworthy challenge. At first I thought the simple footman a fool for stepping into onto the training field. However, the battle proved more hard fought than I expected. Okay, so this is that event we've seen before about hiring him. And how good is he? He's pretty darn good. Yeah, that's not too shabby at all. So yeah, we will hire him. He will join our court as a knight. So yeah, we could go and declare war. I don't know even know what to do. I was so much planning for the war for the imperial title. So let's just see what possible wars we have. We have a lot of different wars we could do here, guys. Yeah, quite a few, in fact. All right, well, as far as like wars on the border, are these guys still fighting? These two? They're not still fighting. Oh, it looks like somebody else took over. So can we ally with him? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Negotiate an alliance there. We don't want to ally with that character there. So yeah, as far as the wars go, let's let this be accepted first. And marvelous news. Our grandson accepted our offer. I'm seeing two possible wars here that we might want to do, guys. So we might want to do the war here for our wife's claim on that county. And, you know, of course, that would eventually go to our children. So, yeah, that's very helpful. So that'd be one possible way to do this. Another possible way to do it is to go ahead and declare war on the previous empress, since we wanted to fight her any damn way. And remember, we got that claim on Constantinople, so we could go for that. And, you know, there's no other way, better way to declare that you're the rightful emperor than if you control Constantinople, right? So yeah, that would be one way to do this as well. We could go ahead and take that county from her. That would be one possibility too, though that might piss off the Empress. She might try and demand that county from us. I don't know if she would or not. It would be tyrannical if she did. But yeah, she could demand that county from us since it would rightfully be hers, but you know, I doubt she would. So I think we're only good to go. So I think that's what we're going to do. And she does have a ton of allies too, so this would be a large war. But the largest ally is... well, I guess I say ton of allies. I meant they have a lot of allied troops because she's allied with the Queen of Poland. They're pretty far away though, so it'll take them a long time to get all the way down here. And might even have the war done before then. And if we get the Hungarians involved, then, you know, I might have to fight them on their way. So yeah, I think this is the war we're going to do, guys. We wanted to fight her anyway, so it makes sense. Let's declare war on her. So let's go ahead and talk to the Empress here and use that, modify our feudal contract. So one thing I never do, and I really should do, is the war declaration one. So we don't have to worry about, it would just make sense to do this. And that way we wouldn't have to worry about what her crown authority was and whether or not that would stop us from going to war. So yeah, we're going to make sure that war declaration is sanctioned. I probably should have done that anyway. Oh, we can't do that because our obligation's already changed. We'd have to wait until we died, and then we wouldn't have a hook anymore. Huh. All right. Are we on her council right now? We are not. We could demand a spot on her council, because I imagine, yeah, that our prowess is absolute garbage now. Not that we're going to be doing a lot of fighting out there anyway, I suppose. But yeah, I guess that's what we'll do, because I'm not sure what else we'd do with that. Yeah, we already have the marriage that we want, so that's not a problem. Have they had kids yet? Oh, he's still 13. Yeah, so she is actually... That's kind of not great. She might not be able to have any children with him. We'll have to see. I mean, she is robust. Maybe. But yeah, she's going to be pretty old by the time they actually get married. Okay, so that could end up being an issue, guys. The age difference there. I guess I wasn't paying attention when I did that, but you know, it wasn't so much about the having children. We were more concerned about, you know, getting just getting that marriage done. But yeah, if they can't have kids, then we can't really take advantage of it, can we? So yeah, let's just go ahead and do the demand a council position, and we're gonna want the martial one. Yeah, so let's go and get that. And there we go. Fantastic. So she can't fire for 25 years. Not that it really matters because we will not be alive that long. You can see our health is now poor. Despite the bonuses we're getting, we're pretty old, guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and get our armies raised up. We will raise them as close as we can. And I should have did the little click there, so that's fine. We'll get them all merged together. We're going to need to have all our armies in the same location, most likely, because of the... And we should probably pull our allies in as well. Because of how large this is, again, we've already sieged it once before, so we all know that already. So yeah, let's go and call our allies into the conflict. Any allies we can. Remember, they have to be allies that... Well, surprised we can't call them more allies. She's not the Empress anymore. That's a little bit surprising. So yeah, we're going to call him in. That's 1,500 troops. And I'm a little surprised we don't have more allies here. We're going to pull him in as well. And then we'll pull her in too. Yeah, I was expecting more. I guess we don't have as many allies as I thought we did. We can also call in the house members, but yeah, we're not gonna do that, guys, because that does cost renown, and we're almost at the 2,000 necessary. All right, so these guys are going to join in the conflict, of course. Her allies are joining in the conflict as well. We'll have to take a look at the final troop numbers once everybody has joined. Can we all fit here? We can. Let's just go and send the entire army over there, guys, because that's the battleground that matters. And I'm not sure if anybody else is joining. All right, so yeah, she's going to have to leave here. Got those 1,500 coming over here. Just taking the capital will give us the ticking war score. We were able to increase his opinion. Okay. All right, so let's do the siege here. This is going to be 8 months, I think is what it was before it had ticked once. And it looks like our liege, the Empress, has decided to go to war for the King of Croatia. So she's going to try and expand our lands there, which is nice because it feels like it's the next place to go. I mean, it could also go against all these little countries here. What is it over? Okay. So hopefully she wins. All right, so everybody decided to go here. We did not put ourselves in charge. We should probably do that. Damn it. I think we are... Man, I'm having trouble selecting the damn button here. Yeah, because we are way better than he is. So we'll put ourselves in charge there, and we'll have this done in 4 months. That will not be enough to win the conflict. I don't even... Yeah, it's not even her capital. So yeah, it will not be enough to win the conflict. We won't even capture anybody, more than likely, that would give us any war score either. And yes, this is the boy here that we have currently, as we're currently his guardian. Remember, we were trying to remove him. He's been asking me for a wooden sword for a long time, and I told him I would get one for him in 3 months if he displayed more focus in his studies. Ever since I made the promise, he has been redoubling the effort of his studies. So we say, I will never deceive you. And then he keeps the trait trusting. Okay, so he's trusting like we are. We say he must focus on the boons he already possesses, in which case he would become content. Or you say I should teach him a more flexible way of thinking and he'll become fickle. Yeah, we'll just say that one there. Although I guess we're lying when we do that, since we are deceiving him. Since we want to assassinate him. Watch us get so close to him that we won't want to do it now. We'll have feelings for him. I think he's got to be like 13. I believe he was 3 when we canceled that assassination. So we got 138 gold from occupying there. So a good chunk of money. Are we building anything in the capital? Yes, we are. All right, so we'll have to wait till we get that completed. All right, so that got us 10%. Not much, guys. Not much at all. So we'd want to go ahead and go after the capital next. We're probably going to need to split this army a bit, though. Yeah, we'll have to split it up. At least a little bit. I'm not entirely sure what she's doing with her troops. See if anybody else is coming down. Let's take a look and see what the numbers are here. 10,000 to almost 20,000. So yeah, we've got it. So let's go ahead and split this army up a little bit. Nope, I don't want to do that. Are we moving? Oh, I guess I was moving. My bad. I was wondering why the button wasn't working there. Alright, so yeah, let's go and split these guys off. Give them a few men here. We'll give them like... I don't know how many we need. Should have checked. We'll just give them like 1,500. And give them a commander here. And let's see if that's going to be enough. Yeah, that's plenty enough. Alright, so let's go and get them marching. And then we'll follow behind them. She's in debt as well, so she's not in a good position. So we're going to wait until they get out of here so we're not taking too much supply attrition as we move. We're going to take a little bit in some of these regions here. Yeah, let's go and move over here. And I don't know that there's any way we could be. We're going to have to do another siege anyway, so we'll go and split off another siege army. Where are her other... Okay, so she has all this land here. So I guess we'll go there next, and then we can put our army right here. Looks like we can keep about 6,400 men there. So let's go and just split off these guys here. Give them a fairly large army here. Maybe like 2,500. Somewhere around there. There we go. And we'll give them the... No, I guess we'll do somebody who's good at commanding, I suppose. We'll give them this knight. And the faction has finally disbanded. Alright, excellent. Alright, so we wouldn't be able to go there without taking attrition. How much attrition is it? It's only 129. It's really not that bad. See, I suppose we could just attack it. Let me see if we... Yeah, it looks like we're going to take casualties no matter where we go. So I guess we'll just go and go there then. Can this army... Yeah, they can't go here. What we might want to do is sit here instead so that we're not taking attrition. And our sister died. That has resulted in more stress. So all of our family's dying. Obviously, we are very, very old here, guys. And did get some opinion here with our son, the prince. And so we're doing these sieges. This one here will be done in less than 2 months. This one here will be done in 3 months, and those should be enough to result in a win. A new opponent. Nothing in the world is certain, especially in times of war. The great claim on the county of Byzantine has been no different. As this conflict is no longer against the Duchess, but my niece, oh, she took the title. So then we would attack her instead. Alright, so we'd have to end it. I was kind of worried that she'd take the title from us, and then I was thinking about the fact, nah, she wouldn't take it from us. What I didn't think about the fact is that what if she took the title from the former empress, her vassal? Which, is that her sister? No, that's not her sister. I'm not sure how the former empress is related to her, but anyways, point is, it didn't work. So we'll have to say this is no longer the best course of action, in which case we will not get the county. Alright, so that's a bummer. Yeah, it's a really unfortunate way to end that, guys. Let's go and disband our army here. Yeah, so that did not work out, guys. Not at all. Alright, so that's unfortunate that we weren't able to continue that conflict. That's a real bummer. We'll play a few more minutes, guys, but we got that martial perk. Excellent. Yeah, we will have to end it here soon. Let's do the Parthian tactics. And can we build anything here? No, not yet. Alright, so that's a real bummer. And I feel like it's too late in the video to start a war, especially considering the fact that we're not going to be playing again for a little while. Weren't we supposed to already be on the council? Yeah, we were supposed to be on the council already. Although I am a little bit worried about our character dying here, because that would result in, you know, us needing to talk about the new character and everything that comes from that. In fact, you know what? I think that you know, ending, you know, when our character just died and we're about to start a new character and stuff, I don't think that's the best way to do it. Yeah, because I like spending a little bit of time to. We'll play until the end of this year here, but you know, I like spending a little bit of time to talk about the ramifications of our new character and their traits and everything that's going to happen with you know, with the succession. And so you know what, guys, we're going to set this up to build here, and then we're going to end the episode. So we can build this one here. Does it increase construction time? It does not, but it does get our heavy infantry and some spearmen some bonuses down there. This one would improve archers and skirmishers. So let's do this one. We'll upgrade that, and that will in fact be the end of the episode. We can also ask the head of faith for gold, so I guess we'll do that while we still can. So remember, this will be the last episode for some time, sometime between 2 to 4 weeks, guys. I don't know exactly when we're going to come back to it. I'll decide when I come back from the trip, come back from DC. I'm hoping everything goes well there. Again, you know, we definitely talked about whether it was a good idea for me to go after what happened. But again, I feel like all the reasons why I wanted to go before still apply. And I will be filming it as well. I think that's important as well, to give as many perspectives for the American people to see exactly what's happening on the ground. So sorry we won't have this for a while, for a little while, guys, but is what it is, man. This is, obviously, it's just a mess. The world's a mess right now, particularly America, though. Things are not good. So we will be back here in a few weeks. I am looking forward to returning to the series, guys. It's been a fun series so far. I've definitely been enjoying it. I'm looking forward to playing our next character. We've been this character for a very, very long time. So I'm looking forward to playing our son and seeing what happens with all of our successions. That should be fun as well. So I will see you guys in a few weeks. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you on that next episode when we return here in sometime between 2 to 4 weeks. So I'll see you then, and thanks for watching, guys.